Hey, what's going on, guys? Want to find out which are the top 5 tankiest champions in League of Legends? If so, you need to watch this video all the way through to the end. With that said, enjoy the video, guys. Coming up on number 5 we have Dr. Mundo. Dr. Mundo doesn't have ways to infinitely scale his defensive stats. In fact, on the surface, Mundo doesn't look any tankier than most top lane champions in League of Legends. However, Mundo's ultimate does all the difference in the world here. You see, Mundo's ultimate is called Maximum Dosage, and the whole point of the ability is to heal Mundo back to full HP. In other words, anytime Mundo gets to 10 or 20% HP, he can simply press this button and go back to full health in a couple of seconds. And you know why this is amazing? It's because in order to kill Mundo, you have to go 2 times through his HP bar. And if that doesn't sound too problematic for you, just remember that Mundo always builds like a tank. So in the late game, Mundo has over 4000 HP. You'll have to do 8k damage to him alone, and that's insane. Additionally, Mundo has his W, Heart Zapper. Once used, this ability allows him to store a portion of the damage taken into a great health bar, and if Mundo recasts Heart Zapper, he'll actually heal for the amount of health bar he has. And lastly, Dr. Mundo's great passive is Goes Where He Pleases. This effect is precisely what its name suggests. Mundo can't be put in crowd control. His passive actually blocks the first immobilizing effect, making it easy for him to keep dodging abilities. So even though it's not a damage mitigation tool, it's still helpful for avoiding damage. Coming up on number 4 we have Shen. Shen may not have a mechanic that allows him to scale his HP infinitely, but he has other means to stay perfectly healthy. He is often considered to be one of the toughest champions to kill in LoL, and that's not without reason. For starters, Shen has his amazing passive, Key Barrier. Key Barrier actually grants him a shield that lasts for several seconds whenever Shen uses an active ability. It doesn't have any internal cooldown, which means Shen can get 4 different shields from his 4 abilities. This effect alone makes him an extremely tanky champion, but it's not all there is. Shen's W, Spirit's Refuge, is an AoE type of ability that blocks all auto attacks in League of Legends. Keep in mind that it doesn't block abilities nor its effects, which means that Shen can still get stunned. However, if you and your allies could block all basic attacks for 1.5 seconds in a teamfight, that almost guarantees you won't die. And lastly, we have his ultimate, Stand United. This ability allows Shen to teleport himself to an ally, granting them a shield for the duration of his channeling. You could say that Stand United doesn't do anything to make Shen tankier, but it lets him get away from danger. And when Shen uses his R in a teamfight, the enemies usually stop focusing on him, so in a way it's still helpful. Anyway, that's why Shen is one of the tankiest champions in League of Legends. Coming up on number 3 we have Sion. Sion has infinite HP scaling. You see, Sion's W, Blood Furnace, has a passive effect that allows him to infinitely build his maximum HP. Every minion grants him 4 bonus health, and every large monster or champion gives him 15 upon takedown. But what does this mean exactly? It simply means that the longer the game goes on, it becomes less and less likely that you'll actually kill Sion. The fact that his W doesn't have any limitation is fascinating because, in theory, he can get up to 1000 bonus health. Sure, you'll have to play a match for 2 hours for that to happen, but it can happen. But that's not everything. Sion can also activate his Blood Furnace ability to gain a large shield that lasts up to 6 seconds. or the whole team fight if you don't break it. This spell can also be recast for another shield, which is also another form of being tanky in League. And what's the best part about playing Scion tank? It's the fact that when you die, you don't actually die. Instead, you become a zombie with more attack speed, movement speed and damage. This makes it incredibly difficult for enemies to shut you down at all stages of the game. They've just spent all their efforts to tear all of your armor, magic resists, health and shields down, only for you to come back and continue damaging them. It's simply amazing how tanky Scion can get in League of Legends. So he is one of the tankiest champions there is. On number 2 we have Cho'Gath. Even though Cho'Gath doesn't have infinite scaling, he is easily the top 2 tankiest champion in League of Legends. No one can come close to how much HP Cho'Gath can have in a game, which is one of the key factors in being tanky in League of Legends. So why is Cho'Gath so tanky, you might ask? The central part of Cho's defensiveness is his ultimate, Feast. This ability allows Cho'Gath to eat minions, monsters, or champions to permanently increase health. In other words, every time Cho'Gath executes a target, he gets 80, 120 or 160 maximum HP per stack, depending on his level. Now, eating different types of targets also makes a difference. This is because Cho is only allowed to have 6 stacks maximum per category. For example, if he has slain 6 champions with his ultimate, he will no longer gain maximum HP when he slays the 7th. However, Cho'Gath's feast stacks aren't totally limited either. He can go to the jungle and chomp 6 monsters to minions or a different category as well. So that already makes it 18 stacks. Add the 6 more stacks that he can get from eating epic monsters, such as the dragons and the baron, and you get 24 stacks of feasts. In the late game, 24 stacks of 160 HP equal to 3840 maximum health. Naturally, Cho'Gath always builds tanky and gets lots of HP that way. But combined with his bonus HP, he becomes a monster. If you allow Cho'Gath to farm and scale in the late game, it's very challenging to bring him down. It usually takes a whole team to slay him, making him a raid boss on the Summoner's Rift. And finally, on number 1, you guessed it, we have Ornn. Ornn is easily the tankiest champion in League of Legends. He doesn't have the infinite scaling that Cho'Gath and Scion do, but he doesn't need it, because his kit makes him insane. The most important tool that Ornn has is his passive Living Forge. Not only does this ability allow him to purchase items while he is in lane, but it also lets him upgrade mythic items in League of Legends. And when he upgrades his tank item, Ornn becomes a fucking monster. Officially, Riot Games say that Ornn's item upgrade is usually worth around 1000 gold of stats. However, if he upgrades Sunfire Cape into Forgefire Crest, those bonus stats are worth double in an actual situation. This is because having much more health, armor and magic resist than the enemy tank means that you're going to live longer and probably carry the team fight. The rest of Ornn's ability kit is interesting as well, but it doesn't add anything more to his tankiness. His W, Bellows Breath, is a fantastic ability for avoiding crowd control. When used, it makes Ornn immune to immobilizing effects, which can help him get away from any situations. And there you go, guys. Those are the top 5 tankiest champions in League of Legends. As always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe. If you don't agree with the list, leave your top 5 tankiest champions down below in the comments. See you next time.